You are looking live at Northwell Health Ice Arena in East Meadow, New York at Eisenhower Park, where the New Jersey Rockets 16U AA girls are taking on the New York Islanders. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo. We're joining you in progress. We missed about the first half of the first period as the Islanders skate in and Grace Ulrich knocks that one away. 1-0 Islanders. They scored just before we came on the air, so it's been 0-0 to that point. Paulino through the top of the slot, leaves it for Hope. Hope looking, still looking, sends it in front. Haley, wrist shot on the one-timer actually, is gloved down. Rockets wearing their visiting black. This is the 16U AA game. Rockets wearing their visiting black jerseys, black pants, white numbers, gray trim. Islanders wearing the customary New York Islanders type jerseys as Cookie takes a shot that hits off of Rose's skate and deflects into the near side corner. Islanders trying to move it out, but Lauren's going to keep that one in and send it to the left of the net. Hard bank, and this is Alex. Alex up to the point for Cookie, sends it toward the net, but just wide, nobody down there for the deflection. Shoshana and Lauren hustling over, and an Islander gets it, but Rose knocks it away. Rose is going to keep it in and go to the top of the slot, fire a shot that goes just wide. Alex with a nice shove to contest the puck there. It's battled for on the half boards, and Shoshana sends it over the line. Alex will go behind the line to snuff that one out. That hits off of Shoshana's skate, and the Islanders will clear. Lauren's got two players to knock it away from, and she does. Fox swipes it away. Soccer-style kick, another kick. It's to the slot. The Islanders trying to gain control, and that's Lee at the right point, sends it through traffic, and Grace covers it up. Islanders in the traditional home white Islanders jerseys with the blue pants, blue numbers, and orange trim. Another New Jersey team, the Devils, will take on the actual New York Islanders at nearby UBS Arena later this evening. It's Saturday, December 11th. Paulino up the right wing to Hope. Hope tips it forward, but there's a lot of traffic there, and the Islanders get it. They'll turn and try to move it out. Hope picks it off with help from Cece. Hope left circle, wrist shot, glove save, no rebound. Manikillo with a big chance right there, sprung by Nieves. We have such a great perch here at Northwell Health Ice Center. Let's see if we can zoom the camera in a little bit, perhaps at times. Cece on the face-off wins it over to Hope, but Hope can't get it over to Brianna. Islanders are going to clear it up the left wing, but Haley's going to disrupt it for a little bit. Bug has to stop what could have been a 3-on-1, and she does that successfully. Isles get it in, but only for a short time, and it comes out. They go between the defense and now up the left wing into the middle. Good zone entry there, but Cece comes back to knock it away. It comes up the far side wing. Brianna's going to get that, leave it for Cece. And Cece, the one with speed, is going to get through two Islanders, and she's in with Hope on a 2-on-3. So she sends it well, she was trying to send it deep, but it hit an Islander stick and went to the opposite side. Bug pinches in from the point, and she keeps it in somehow, 1-on-2. Over to Hope. Hope to Brianna, and that had a little too much sauce on it, or maybe Lee got the stick blade on it to force the pass to bounce a little bit and make Brianna be unable to handle it. So Rockets creating some offense here. Bree, top of the slot. Bree turns to the forehand. It's blocked. Haley tries to go to the forehand. It hits off one. Haley, wrist shot, blocker save, near side corner. Rose goes up to the point, but a little too strong and a little too quick for Bug. This one goes back into the Rockets' defensive zone. No icing because it was sent there by a Rocket. Bug sends a beautiful feather pass for Hope, who gains the line 3-on-3 with Rose on the left. Hope through traffic, gets in low. Oh, the rebound was there, but Rose just couldn't get the stick on it. Rose was playing that far post, and the doorstep was open there. She was actually probably in too good of a position, and the rebound came to a more juicy spot than she expected. But good work there by Fender and Manikillo. Rose stays out. They were between shifts there. So Rose in the center position now with Shoshana on her left and Riley on her right as the Islanders send it in. It's a partial breakaway. Rashad, what a save by Grace! Whistle blows before the rebound trickles out. Ulrich stops the breakaway to keep it 1-0 Islanders over the Rockets with 4:32 left in the first period from East Meadow, Long Island, Eisenhower Park. Isles win the faceoff. That's the left defenseman that pinches over to send it deep. Lauren will pick that away. Rather, that is Cookie. Cookie picks that away, and Cookie's got some ice. Cookie 2-on-2 with Shoshana, and now she'll send it deep, and she will pursue. Rose covers the point on the right side, and Cookie stays down low. Cookie centers it, but right along the goal line, and the goalie swats it away over the end line. Rose trying to keep it in at the point, does for a moment, and at least disrupts the rush enough for Cookie to get back. Lauren's already back there, trying to get through traffic. Rose back checking, and eventually Cookie gets it and just clears it out of the zone, making the Islanders reset. Let's see if this is too close of an angle for you. There's going to be a penalty here on the Rockets. Let's see if we can get it to a little bit better where we zoom it out. And it will be Shoshana with 3:40 left in the first period, and the Rockets trailing by 1. They will be on the penalty kill of a competitive game here with the Islanders. Barbara up front along with Brianna. The back line will be Bug, who sends it back for Haley. And hard around to the opposite side. Brianna toggles the stick to let that puck get itself out of the zone, and she and Barbara battle for it. Now Brianna battling 1-on-3. She's not going to win that battle, of course, but she disrupts an easy zone entry. Comes to a centering pass that Haley just blocks away, sends toward the point. Brianna blocks a shot up there. Near side, Barbara bats it with the backhand, but up but not out. Goes behind the net now. Islanders turn right down the middle. Bug gets a piece of it. Grace stops the first, stops the second, and gets the whistle. A dangerous scoring chance there for the Islanders. They'll face it off in the far side circle. Cece and Hope up front. Bug and Haley still back to kill it off. It comes to the left point. Islanders will send it up and then back down. Haley's going to be the first one to get that. She ping-pongs it back up. 1:12 left in the penalty. Cece trying to pick that off. Cece's got a one-on-one with one Islander rushing to get back and help defend, and she does. But that's going to kill off a bunch of time. Good job by Nieves, 13. And Cece gets it again and banks it forward. Try to get you in the picture there a little bit. Trying to zoom in a little bit. That one's going to go in slow motion to Grace, who steers it aside. 45 in the penalty kill, 2:22 in the first period. Cece stops a centering offering and eventually sends it out into open ice. Hope is going to try to chase that down. Icing waved off. Icing is in effect in all situations at this level. So even with the man disadvantage, the Rockets still are not able to legally ice the puck. There's the usual penalty for it. Cece blocks that one away. That's going to kill the penalty time down to 15 seconds, and she jumps off in favor of Alex. Hope there battling Calvi, who gets it in on the right side and gets it to the corner. Centering pass. Cookie lifted a stick and prevented a scoring chance. Rockets are going to break it out. Hope has Shoshana up there, who just exited the box. Hope dumps it, and she goes off for a well-needed change. Good penalty kill by Menikillo. Lauren tries to keep that one in, can't do it. Islanders are going to skate it out up the right wing. Islanders into the right corner, but Rose is there, disrupted a pass, but Lauren was the one who blew up the quality scoring chance. Redirected off of Lauren's skate was that shot by Lee from the right point, and it goes wide. Cookie's going to get it. She is going to use Alex up the wing. Alex uses the body to shield. Stick battle there, can't keep it in. Islanders keep it in. Cookie now off the glass. That's right along the board, so they're not going to call an icing. An Islander was right there trying to wave it down. 53 seconds left in the first period. Islanders 1-0 over the Rockets. Rockets trying to grab a late one here. Oh, Alex had a golden opportunity and just missed The pass that was fed from the corner, a juicy pass right there. That one pops into the Islanders bench, so they'll face it off, and the dot just in front of the Islanders bench with 37.1 seconds left in the first period from Northwell Health Ice Center. Actually, they're going to face it off at center ice. Barbara on the draw, tied up there. It goes down in. Haley has to get to it first. She gets a piece of it, but the Islanders will gain the offensive zone. Drop pass is going to be picked off. Barbara tips it for Riley. Riley had mans for Brianna. Brianna gets a glove in the face right there. I don't think she liked that one too much. This is not going to be an icing because Bug was there and didn't touch. Bug is going to get to it first and go hard around. It's going to get picked off with 11 seconds, but Brianna covers that one up. Islanders grab it, sent at the net. Grace can't get it as it goes under her glove. 3 seconds, 2, 1 second left. That's going to do it for the period, and the period will expire with the Islanders on the attack. So the Rockets kill off the penalty. They yield one, but an otherwise evenly played period. From the practice home of the New York Islanders, the girls double A 16U team hold a 1-0 lead over the New Jersey Rockets. We'll give you a look at the Islander banners that are here. Stanley Cups from 79-80 through 82-83, the 4 in Islanders history. They closed in on perhaps another one last season, getting to the semifinals of the NHL before losing to the eventual champion Tampa Bay Lightning. Coach Paul giving instructions on the bench. I know he was working on a few things this week to try to generate a little more offense, but right now the Rockets playing a very balanced game, and they've generated quite a bit without having yet put the puck in the net. Coach Henry assisting him today, and we got to give Coach Henry Lee some props. He's usually helping out on the 19s bench, but he has a heck of a lot of experience, and he's jumped in and helped out tremendously with the 16s and with also the Girls on Fire team. So that's always good to see. If you're looking for the 19U AA game, that will be following this one on a separate stream. I'll be here bringing you the action. Rockets are going to be a little short benched for that, missing 3 of their regulars today for one reason or another. So we joined you in progress here about midway through the first period, which consists of 17 minutes. And it was just after the Islanders had scored the only goal of the game thus far. But from whence I was able to get my perch, from what I've seen, it's been pretty evenly played match here. Grace Ulrich, 84. She's come into her own and played spectacularly, often spectacularly, the last month or so. We've seen a nice tick up in her game, and we've seen a lot of improvement from the 16U Rockets girls as well, especially here in this last month. So everything the coaches are doing and the girls are doing in practice and otherwise seems to be paying off. CC in the dot for the second period. Face-off, liftoff in period 2. They win the face-off to Cookie, who goes over to Lauren, and Lauren sends it in. Battled for in front of the penalty box area. Lauren gets it into the offensive zone. Trips up there. Didn't look like it was from an opponent's stick, so we play on. Cookie battling near side boards, 1-on-2. She's going to have trouble winning that one. Gets a little help from Cece, who chips it up deftly to Brianna, and Brianna works it along the boards but loses it. Lee tries to center it for the Islanders, and it eventually is picked off and goes out. Islanders go D to D in their own zone, and they work it up the near side boards. Right down in front of you. We're trying to get a little bit better zoom here for you today, so you're not so far away. Cookie will battle in the far corner. Gets a little help from Cece, who finds Hope. Hope over to Cece, and they'll break out 2-on-1, Cece and Brianna. Cece over to Brianna. Brianna back to Cece on the backhand save, and it's covered up on the rebound. Nieves and Paulino working some magic right there. The righty was on the left side, the lefty was on the right side, and that might have made a little bit more of a degree of difficulty, but both players using their backhand to get a high quality scoring chance. The best of at least what I've seen here for the time that I've been bringing you this wonderful game on a Saturday afternoon. Haley pinches in from the point, but gets her stick lifted. So she had the right idea, but couldn't convert it. This is going to be a break behind the D. Backhand, and that's another save by Grace with the right pad. Ulrich has stopped at least 2 so far that we've seen, a couple of breakaways. So she's keeping her team in it as they trail just by a goal, and we know that this team right here in black doesn't need much. They sometimes create something out of nothing, even if the puck has not been in the offensive zone very much. They're often apt to convert on chances, sometimes out of nowhere. Here's Riley Rose. She'll come up the right wing. It gets out of the zone for a moment, but I think it was brought back in maybe by a rocket. Eventually the puck goes out and the Islanders will get it in their own zone. Shoshana, the first in pursuit, slows down the rush just a little bit, leaving Barbara and a little extra time to get back, and Barbara breaks up the play to start with. Barbara's got to get it again, and she's battling one-on-one. She gets it up to Brianna on the right wing. Brianna chips it up the boards. Brianna has Shoshana. Paulino on another 2-on-1. Brianna in the right circle. Wrist shot, pad save, loose rebound, and it goes into the corner. Almost had the puck luck there. Cookie wrist shot, kick save, long rebound. Rose is going to get the rebound, send it for Shoshana. 2-on-1, the Rockets battle in the corner. Shoshana will get that, fired at the net, kicked away. Rose on the rebound, sends it back for Shoshana. Shoshana toward the slot for Brianna, but a little too much traffic there. Rockets, see, there it is. You're not expecting it, and boom, they almost put the puck right in the net. 13:50, second period. The Islander falls on her own volition, so there's not going to be a penalty there. There's been one in the game that I've seen, and it was against the Rockets. They killed it off. Slapper, that's kicked away by Rose, so it never finds its way even to the slot, and the Rockets clear. Brianna's going to hold her position and now attack, trying to get it away. Brianna Paulino's she's been part of 2 2-on-1s here. Practically, I don't know, either in the last 2 shifts or maybe in this one, she's been out there for quite a bit. Puck flipped over and goes into the Islanders bench whistle and a stoppage of play. 13-19. Second period, 1-0 Isles over the Rockets. Face off to the left of Grace Ulrich, the glove side. Both goalies catch with the conventional left hand. Paulino cheats the face-off there a little bit. It's sent through traffic. If that puck had gotten all the way through, somebody was there at the back door. Islanders try to send it in. Rose with another block. There's a shot that hits off a skate, redirects, and trickles into the net on the left side. 2-0 Isles, 13:08 second period. And there's a little puck luck right there. The puck luck goes in favor of the Islanders. You create enough scoring chances, you put pucks on net or toward the net, and those things are just bound to happen. There's nothing Grace could do about that one. She's in good position. She's protecting the correct side of the net based on where the shot is, but it hits a skate and redirects to the opposite side, and Plastic Man might have been able to get that. But he's a fictional character, and those characters don't exist in real life except when they're named Dominic Hasek. Rockets trying to counter here. Cece with Hope and Barbara. Barbara with a nice push to try to get to the puck and keep it legal. Comes to the left circle. Hope trying to get it. Haley battling 1-on-3. Conley's going to win that. It's sent toward the net and redirected, but possessed by the Islanders. 27 Lee. Isles will try to take it out. Barbara gets the stick on it again. She's having a big shift here. Let's see if Landstrom can convert some of that play into something on the scoreboard here. She's definitely got her wheels and her stick going today. An Islander loses her stick somewhere in the corner over there. Oh, they tried to spring Hope on the breakaway, and it was nearly there. Menikillo, deadly when she gets in, even in traffic, let alone alone. There's a shot from close range that Grace gets down and snuffs with her logo. Rebound comes out, and the Islanders work it through the circle. Hope's going to eventually pick that off, chip it forward. It's kept in at the point and sent to the middle, and that skipped over Haley's stick. Islanders try to center it again, but Rose, who's been everywhere so far, knocks that one away. It's sent through traffic, but wide of the net. Goes behind. 11:26 now. Second period, 2-0 Islanders. They've gotten one in the first and one in the second in an otherwise even game. The Rockets have been close. They just haven't been able to convert. Islanders with a long possession in the Rockets zone here. Hope is going to end that possession. She'll come with Shoshana, 2-on-2. Hope and Shoshana will go toward the same spot in the ice because Shoshana is pursuing the puck and Hope needed a change. Rockets get most of a new crew out there, but not all. Oh, Lauren is interfered with. They're going to call the penalty on Lauren. Lauren's trying to skate toward the player. The Islander player stops right in front of her. Lauren had nothing to do there except just run into the player. She's not even looking at her. That's incidental contact if you've ever seen it, or really could have well been an interference on the Islander player who saw her and just stopped. Now she's stopping because she's heading to the blue line, so she had a reason to stop, but that definitely should not have been a penalty on Lauren. She didn't even cross-check. She was called for a cross-check. She didn't cross-check her. She lifted her stick to get out of the way and protect herself. So nonetheless, it's not the NHL, so we can't expect NHL level calls. And the Rockets will have to play shorthanded for a couple of minutes with now 10:43 left in the second period and a 2-0 deficit. Cookie will get that one and send it up the near side boards. They're calling no icing on that, so I'm dubious of why that is not icing, but I guess there was an Islander there when Cookie sent it forward. And don't say, hey, play-by-play announcer, they're shorthanded so they can send it down. Well, icing is in effect in all situations, so could well have been called there. Islanders will move it out, 3-on-2, now 1-on-0. Grace with a lot of pressure comes out and stops another one. So Ulrich keeping it at 2-0. Low shot in front and they score. Johnson was unmarked in front, and the two defenders for the Rockets were in position, and the top forwards on the penalty kill were still guarding a little bit high right there, and the Islanders sent one extra player low. She got open and she deposits it in for a 3-0 lead with 10:04 left in the second period. Power play goal. $3-0 Isles. The score has not really dictated how the Rockets have come out to play here. They're on the wrong side of things, but they certainly could have a few. They've had some chances, and they need to possess in the offensive zone a little more as Grace steers that one for Bug. Sent toward the point. It's going to be one time, but blocked by Bug. Alex is going to pick this up and try to turn the corner. McCoy chips it off the boards. She'll spin, use the body, and send it in toward the Islander zone. Riley in pursuit. She sometimes is able to pick those off. Riley curls back to get into a different, better position, and eventually the puck comes to the near side where Haley will get it. Haley will send it up for Riley, but it doesn't get through traffic. Isles bring it in. Alvey, wrist shot, right pad save, rebounds there, comes in front. They try to redirect it through, but it misses a stick. Comes up to the point, kept in, although Riley was there. Bug's going to pick it up and send it forward. It goes through. Alex picks this one off. Alex in the offensive zone, tries to center it. The Islander got a piece of it, and Rose was coming, just Alex was so far ahead on the play right there that her centering attempt ends up going on net, so that'll force a face-off at least. Good shift coverage right there by the Rockets to force the offensive zone draw. Hope will take it. Rose is going to jump over to the left wing. Brianna in the slot. Lauren on the left point, and Cookie is between the points. Islanders are going to win the face-off, and they get the chip out. They'll get it into the offensive zone, trying to get through traffic. 3 Islanders there. Rose on the loose puck. Can she get to it first? She can't. Islanders down low. Lee, wrist shot, glove saved by Grace. So the Islanders are creating some quality scoring opportunities here, but Grace is keeping the Rockets in it. Just one goal in a 3-0 game can make an awful lot of difference. The Rockets have been very close to gaining some momentum here, but they're not going to gain that full part of the momentum until they dent the scoreboard. They've come very close to doing that. Islanders will win the face-off. Lauren disrupts a play that would have gotten behind the defense. Wrist shot through traffic, goes just wide. Jam attempt, not there. Lauren gets in there. Oh, Lauren takes a push right to the face well after the whistle. And let's see if they call it right there. They're not. Are they going? No, they're not going to call it. They're not going to call it. The referees will give the defenders leeway on clearing people away from their goaltenders after a save and a whistle. They often don't give leeway on the push back, especially when it's directly to the face. Maybe because it was an open glove and not a closed fist, they didn't call anything, but certainly they could have there. Wrist shot through the slot, knocked down by Haley, chipped forward, and Grace is going to cover that one up. 8:03 second period. 3-0 Isles. They got 1 in the first and 2 here in the second, the last of which was on a power play. Rockets haven't had a power play, although I did miss about the first 9 minutes of the contest, so they might have had one there before. Sorry for that delay, but hey, you know, the Long Island traffic. Alex battles for it on the logo at center ice, but the Islanders are going to win it, bring it in. Wrist shot, Grace save, no rebound. And there was an Islander there ready to put it in. Ulrich has picked up the play here. Face-off won by the Rockets, but the Islanders take advantage. And eventually the puck chips onto the back siding of the net. They blow the whistle, and they'll do it again. 7:31 second period. 3-0 Islanders. Northwell Health Ice Center at Eisenhower Park in East Meadow, New York. That's Long Island. This is the New York Islanders practice facility. That one dribbled at the net. Rose is going to cover that one. Grace is going to cover that one up. Rose is not even out there, so nor Rose Fender nor Riley Rose. So forget me criticizing officials. The play-by-play guy needs to stop getting his tongue twisted. That one's going to go right at the net. Grace makes a save as the Islander was there, sort of uncontested, at least for a moment. It comes through the middle part of the zone, and finally the Rockets, who were doing better with possession here up until the last few minutes, will get it into the Islanders zone. Let's see if they can pick it off. They have 3 forwards there deep. Let's see if they can pick this one off. Brianna jumps in. Hope is able to pick it off. Hope top of the slot. Hope down low for Brianna. Then somebody got a stick on it to disrupt the pass. Down below the end line, Cece's going to get it. Send it right toward the middle, but she threaded a needle between Hope and Brianna, and it finds neither of them. Isabel Cook will get back to break this one up for a moment, and Hope will clear the end line over there and try to get it to Brianna, but it's not strong enough along the boards. Coming out of the corner, they'll send it at the net. Rebound off the left pad save. Isles playing with it low. One-timer, and that's a save by Grace. Ulrich got down and blocked that one with the Rockets emblem on the front of her jersey. Leaves no rebound. Face off to her left. Rose Fender will take it. Riley Rose on one of the wings, Alex McCoy on the other. Goes to the point for a one-timer. Riley knocked that down. It goes to the doorstep, wrist shot, and Rose got a piece of that with her stick and forced it to get a little less juice on it. Probably saved the goal. Riley trying to move it up and out, but can't do it. It's sent low and goes behind the net. Haley will chip it forward for Alex on the backhand. Alex trying to steer it forward. Can she get it out? She can't. Reynolds is able to keep it in. Bug is going to get that, send it up, and this one will go out. It's touched, so there's no icing. Alex is going to try to fight that one down. Can she get to it first? She can't. It comes up the near side boards. It goes in. It looked like, well, I guess Bug must have sent that one in. I thought an Islander sent it in, which would have made it an onside play. You can be in the zone if the team who's defending that zone sends the puck in over the blue line while you are there, but I guess it was Bug that sent it in. I'm behind the camera and watching the action with my eyes and filming it at the same time. So sometimes when it's in the line of sight, I'll miss a couple of those. So I apologize for that, but I'm going to stop apologizing and just bring you Rockets 16U AA girls hockey. Islanders wrist shot after the whistle. There's going to be a roughing here, and the Rockets are going to go on the power play. It's going to be Calvi, 43, headed to the box for a couple of minutes with 5:23 left in the second period, and because of the offensive zone infraction on the Islanders, the cost not only will be 2 minutes to what's looked like to be their most potent player, but also an offensive zone draw for the Rockets. Cece's going to take that and have Brianna on the right boards, Hope in the slot. She wins it to Brianna, up to Haley, sends it through traffic. Cece was trying to redirect it, but redirected it to the corner. Hope's going to win that battle. Centers for Cece, but it doesn't get through as the Islanders block it away. Islanders will get it through neutral ice and into the offensive zone. See, what's confusing here is they have two number 43s. Wrist shot blocked away by either Haley or Bug. Islanders playing 4-on-5 here. Hope is going to try to get behind the defense. Hope is going to get to the puck. Hope with the shield. Wrist shot. Pad save. A brilliant one. That was ticketed. Cece's going to bring it out of the corner. She fires it, and that's blockered away. Cece picks it up, centers it. It goes just over Hope's stick. Rockets are going to try to keep it in, and Cece does it brilliantly along the line. Wrist shot, bouncer kicked away. Far corner. Along the half boards now. 2-on-2, 3-on-2. Rockets with the extra woman will win that puck, at least for a moment. Hope is over there. Her stick is caught on the dasher. She can't get it down, and that's probably going to have cost her the possession there. Just a fluke play. Couldn't get her stick down because her hand was on the dasher. Rockets will bring it in. Let's see if they could get some possession. Islander comes out of the box. Oh no, not out of the box, off the bench. And they try to hit her for the long pass. 34 seconds left on the power play for the Rockets. Isabel Cook through neutral ice and into the offensive zone. She tries a wrist shot. It's blocked down by 43, one of the 43s. One of them's in the penalty box. Sent in, and I guess that one is going to be an offside. Whistle and a stoppage of play. 3:42 left, second period. 3-0 Islanders, who have 19 seconds to kill on a Rockets power play. Rockets really need to dent the net here if they want to have hopes of getting back in it. Barbara wins the faceoff back to Cookie, who sends it up to Riley, who chips it for Barbara, who's got a lot of room to enter the zone. Barbara's going to wrist it from the top of the circle. It's kicked away. The Islanders will pick it up with 7 seconds left on the power play. Lauren in the corner. She'll send it back behind the net for Riley. Riley's going to try to center it, but her stick just gets touched. It's going to come to the point. Cookie's there. The penalty's over. Cookie desperately trying to keep it in. She can't keep it in, but she kept the Islander from being off to the races there. So the Rockets will take it. Eventually, she did get to the puck and fire it into the zone offside, but the Rockets will definitely take that rather than the odd man rush that was about to occur if Isabel Cook didn't get enough body and enough stick on that one. Rockets will change late here, and the referee, Feinstein, will not care, and he'll just drop the puck. As well he probably should have. They could have not even allowed that change for the Rockets if they wanted to. Although, technically, I believe the Rockets are actually the home team here because they've made 2 trips to Long Island with the promise, and now this is on the record, with the promise that the Isles will make 2 trips to New Jersey next season. That's for both the 16s and the 19s, because the Rockets have played here once already. Rose is going to pick this one off for a moment, but can't gain possession. She was looking to get it over to Alex. Hope is out there with those 2. This one tipped forward. Bug trying to break that one up. Bug forces it wide. The shot is shoveled, and I don't think it was going at the net, but Grace blockered it down and covered it up anyway. 2:21 left second period. 3-0 Isles. They got 1 in the first and 2 in the second, the last of which was a power play goal. Rockets perhaps don't need to get on the board if they want to entertain hopes of tying this thing up or winning it, but it certainly would benefit them to do that before the expiration of period 2. Riley Rose chips it up the board. She's looking for Shoshana. Shoshana in a foot race. Shoshana's going to get there, and Shoshana pushes it around. Well, maybe the Islander player did too. It's going to come to the point. Lauren steps in and fires it. It hits off of the high part of one of the Islanders' equipment, but not the head, and it's bandied about neutral ice before being sent in onside by the Rockets. 1:50 now left in period 2. Rockets looking for that moment of brilliance to get them back into this game on the scoreboard. Let's see if Riley Rose can do it. She'll come over the line on the right side, fire it wide of the net. It's sticked toward the side of the ice behind the end line on the near side. Isles pick it up. They send it forward. Lauren steps in right there, and the Isles will jump on that puck, 2-on-2. Fired cross ice, but a little too strong. Grace was coming way out right there, so she anticipated somebody maybe coming in on her, and she stopped 3 1-on-0s to this point. Has Grace Ulrich, number 84. Shoshana trying to pick that one off in offensive ice, and was very dangerous there. Isles bring it in. Lauren says no way. Up to Brianna, just a little bit too strong. That is going to get into the offensive zone over the end line. No icing, under a minute left in the second period. There's a whistle and a stoppage of play. They are calling a roughing on somebody, on a Rocket, and it's Lauren. I didn't see where the roughing happened, but nevertheless, the Rockets will be shorthanded for what they hope is the remainder of this period, because that means there was a power play goal not scored against them. And then for the first minute 6.5 of period 2. Defensive zone draw. Haley is going to step in to take that one. Can't win it. Hope coming out to try to block a shot. She does. Hope might be off to the races. Hope has Haley with her. Menichello up the right side, into the slot, wrist shot, save, no rebound, and she had Haley storming in with her. So shorthanded, the Rockets nearly cut into the deficit, and they'll start it off in the offensive zone. A potent quartet out there. Haley on the faceoff. Cece comes in to bat it forward. Loose over there, and let's see, Bug, so they've switched it up. Hope and Cece look like they've taken the defensive posture here on the penalty kill, and Haley and Bug are playing up front. That shows versatility right there. And it also shows that Coach Paul is not just settling for killing off the penalty. He wants to cut into this deficit even if his team is shorthanded, and he's got 21 seconds to do that. The Rockets, so here they are. They are changing as the home team here. And that explains the home jerseys, perhaps. I feel like the Islanders do tend to wear their whites at home anyway, but the home team is allowed the last change. Grace doesn't want to face any shots here at the end, and the Rockets will ensure that as the period expires. So there will be 67 seconds of carryover power play time for the Islanders as they head into the third with a 3-0 lead over the Rockets here at the 16U AA level. "17 minutes on the clock for period 3, a 3-0 deficit for the Rockets. 16U girls in their road game where they are the home team against the New York Islanders. 67 seconds of power play time for the Isles as we kick off the third. Haley and Bug up front. Shoshana and Cookie on D to kill it off. Liftoff in the third. Haley bumped stick. Oh, Haley took a stick in the head right there as the player fell down. Now, they called the incidental contact against Lauren before, and I'm dubious as to why it wasn't called there. A stick hitting the head of a player is usually unacceptable in any situation, but it certainly didn't look like it was meant, but nonetheless it happened. Islanders gain the puck in the offensive zone between the points, slap shot through traffic. Oh, and it just finds its way in. It might have hit off of a glove and found its way in, and they're going to allow it. In that case, it's not directed in by a glove. If it hits off a player's equipment, as long as they are not propelling it in with anything other than their stick, it's going to stand up. So the Islanders get another power play goal, and that makes the Bulge 4-0, 16-24 here in the third for the Rockets to figure it out. They got to start it off by getting one, and they've been quite close. Islanders win the face-off, now moving the puck with some alacrity as they've had more confidence here. Rockets have changed the lineup up, perhaps trying to add some potency by having Hope and Cece on D, letting them carry the puck. Rose is going to force this one out of the zone and use a little push to help retreat the Islanders back into their own zone. Calvi falls on her own. She's going to get fined by her teammates for that one in the Kangaroo Court as the Islanders come in possibly 2-on-1. Cece gets all the way back. It's a 3-on-2. Wrist shot, right pad save into the left corner by Grace. Moved forward by Barbara. And now Rose is going to shield to put it out. That comes in offside. Let's see if it's an intentional offside and if they bring it all the way down or if they just face it off in the customary spot. They are going to move it to center ice right there. I guess that's where the puck was propelled from. Haley up at center now. She played the balance of this game on D. She's got Alex on her left and Brianna on her right. Brianna has created a number of scoring chances for the Rockets. Haley usually does as well. Johnson wrist shot goes over the net. She had one of the power play goals earlier for the Isles. Comes up to the left point, kept in. Isabel Cook gets that. She's going to send it down for an icing. And no, they are not. Are they calling it or not? Okay. The rear side ref did not have his arm up. The front side ref was looking for it, and it is called an icing. So they'll face it off to Grace's right. 4-0 Isles. They got one in the first, two in the second, and one here early in the third on a power play. Two pucks have taken strange redirections that neither Grace nor any goalie, and they move it through, down low. Johnson tips it in on the back door. That's going to make it 5-0. Now that goal is a pretty one. That's puck movement, getting somebody to the back door and converting. But two of the goals were of the fluke kind where they just hit off of somebody. Coach Paul immediately calls a timeout, and he's going to see if he can regroup his Rockets here as with 15:01 left in the third period and the deficit now 5. Some of the objectives of winning and losing can be adjusted here. And for certain, you don't want to get the score more out of hand. You want to start building your way back possibly into the game, but at least to play a solid third period that you can walk out of and bring into Sunday's game against the Colonials. Referee is Martin and Feinstein. That was Feinstein blowing the whistle for a second time, as the first time he was ignored. Now you know what it's like to be a parent of a U16 child of any kind. Referee Feinstein. Hashtag LOL. Rockets down 5 now with 15:01 left in the third, but they're going to have to play it like that scoreboard reads 0-0. Barbara on the face-off at center. Shoshana on her left, Bug on her right. Lauren and Isabel Cook on D. Cookie will retreat into her own zone, and she's got to fight for it. Lauren is in front. She had a little trouble with Johnson there. Johnson, who has 2, number 12 for the Isles. centered. Lauren, incidental contact right there. Slapper, kick save by Grace. Isles move it to the point. Wood sends it low. Their sticks are tied up over there. The one with the stick under is the one at risk of the penalty. Sometimes, if they don't let go fast enough. You can lift the stick, you can't hold it up there. Shoshana powers that one out of the zone. Gets hooked around with McGee, and they're gonna let some of these hooks go here. It looks like they're being distributed equally on part of whichever jersey these teams have, as Grace makes one save and covers up the rebound. Had some shielding in front by Lauren and Isabel Cook, not letting an Islander get to a rebound. 5-0 Islanders. 13:54 left in the third. The score is not so reflective of how this game has gone. The Rockets with a little bit of a difficult fate on the offensive side, thanks in part to puck luck or lack of it, and the puck luck of the Islanders. The 5 for the Islanders is probably about right when you consider that 2 of them were off very strange, inadvertent deflections off of players that were not trying to redirect pucks. However, so that's 2, but Grace also has been 1-on-0 3 different times and stopped all of them, so by right you'd figure 1 or maybe 2 of those would have gone in. So 5 is about right. The 0 is the part that the Rockets need to figure out here. And they've had some chances. They're getting close. Let's see if they can start by getting a little offensive possession here. Hope and Brianna will fight it out between one another, and if they hustle, they might have a 2-on-1. Hope gets through on the left side. Hope gets into the slot, gets a lot of traffic 1-on-3, but still gets off a shot that goes just wide. Goes to the near side wing, and the Islanders will bring it out with a cross-ice pass. CC hustling back. She's on D with Hope, yes. Those 2, you usually see them at forward, but they're playing D, and they have a little bit of free reign to do wherever they need to go on the ice. Brianna picks another one off. She's going to go in up the left wing, looking, still going, still maintaining possession. She's got CC in front, but all 5 Islanders are there, and eventually one of them picks it off. Brianna maybe holding her hand a little bit. I don't know if she got slashed or something. She's going to the bench. Looked like she was doing something with her hand over there. I don't know if she got slashed or if she twisted the hand. We'll have to see if she jumps back on the ice for her regular shift as we hit 12:05 left in the third period, and the Rockets look to get a dent on this 5-0 deficit. Halvey gets behind the D, 1-on-0, and Grace makes another save right there to keep it at 5. Rockets definitely have to start taking some chances here, and they have done that. So that's maybe why sometimes they're getting a little loose on D. Alex tries to get forward, gets shouldered away. They could have called that one for interference. In front, Alex almost got the stick on it. Could have called that one for a check or an interference because the puck was not there, and the Islanders player stepped forward into McCoy. Usually, despite her diminutive stature, McCoy is one of the most physical players on the ice. Isles break in, wrist shot, and 1-on-0, Grace saves yet another. So she's had a strong game as 84. She's looking to see if her mates can dent that net on the other end as she stops this one and leaves no rebound. 11:07 now left in the game. Face off. Riley Rose in there, wins it back. Lauren Fox will take it around the near side. Boards chip it up for Shoshana. The defenseman pinches in, and the Isles keep it in. Bug picks that one off a stick and will skate it out of the zone. She's playing forward with Shoshana. Riley is up there, but she jumps off, and now Barbara will jump in. Cookie and Lauren on D. Isles bring it up. Johnson, she's got a couple, and she will try to skate it through the circle, but Lauren says no. Lauren pushes the player down. Got away with one there for sure. as it was behind the play and the puck wasn't there. But the Rockets could use a couple of breaks like that. They've been on the wrong end of it. Barber gets pushed down, but Johnson goes down as well. And eventually Cookie comes through and Barbara picks this one up. And she's got a little room, gets hooked, no call, still getting hooked, gets the stick lifted. And they're just gonna let that one go. Barbara had a clear step on the player who just straight up hooked her and regained the puck. I can't believe that they didn't call it when they're looking right at it. Nevertheless, nobody cares what I think, and they'll play. Shoshana gets in, she gets hooked down with the puck right there, and they're not gonna call that. So I think it's maybe a byproduct of earlier in the period they were letting it go on both sides, and now it seems both teams are just hooking with reckless abandon out there, and the Islanders in this case getting away with it. They get into the slot, right pad save by Grace into the corner. Bug smacks it out, Brianna gets it. It's sent down in, Hope sends it forward for Alex. Alex gets through one and she almost had the breakaway. Hope's gonna pick this up and try to get speed. She's 1-on-3. Hope right down Broadway. Hope gets in, shot, what a save! Big glove save right there to keep it at 5-0, and if she ends up with the clean sheet, mark it down, 9:16 in the third, robbing Menichello of a top flight scoring chance, a top scorer with a top scoring chance, and I had the goal call all queued up, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just dying to release one. Probably not as much as the Rockets are dying to get one. Hope back on D is gonna break up the 2-on-0 for a moment and allow 3 of her teammates to back check with her. Pushes the player off the puck, and it's loose and battled for. Haley and Cece are over there. Hope looking to outlet Brianna, but it gets picked off. A nice play by the Islander player stepping into the passing zone. Rose and Bree will break it out. Haley's there as well. Bree breaks in, 2-on-1, now 3-on-1. Bree gets close, gets a wrist shot off. There's one save. Rockets stay 4 low, but it's covered up, and working that, they were working on that in practice and on one of the strategy sessions, trying to generate a little more offense by having a defender stay with the play, stay low. Near side face-off, won by Barbara. Cookie sends it at the net, but it doesn't get through. One of the 43s will bring it out. I mean, that's not the most common number, so to have 2 of them almost certainly means that somebody's being double rostered. So my spidey senses would be up about that one. And especially in a league game, that would seem dubious, but we play on. 7:47 in the third period, 5-0 Isles. When it got to 5, there's been 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 2 here in the third. And after the 5th goal, Coach Paul immediately called timeout, and it's worked to settle his team down because the play has been much more even, or perhaps even in favor of the Rockets since then, although they haven't dented the net yet. They've been very, very close as we tick down to 7:19 left in the game. Now, barring a miracle, the one loss part of this game is a fait accompli, but still a lot to be gained and learned. Haley scores! There's one. They get the 0 off the board. They win the face-off. It goes in the slot to Haley Connolly. She one-times it. It hits an Islander on the way in, redirects, and finds its way along the ice into the left side of the net. So the Rockets close to 5-1 with 7:16 left. No quit there. You got one. Now what do you got? So Haley, who played the first half of this game on D and has moved up to forward, makes Coach Paul look like a genius. Riley gets this one, sends it forward, ping-ponged, and eventually toward neutral ice. That's going to be sent in from a few feet behind the end line. but they will not call the icing there. Hope has a lot of company back there, 1-on-2. Eventually she wins it, and she gets a little help from Riley, who chips it out. Now Haley trying to break through the D. Haley's going to get through one. Oh, she almost got behind the D again and brought that puck in, and then back, and then in again offside. Connolly, number 11, trying to get her team back in this game. Time is not their friend. 6:41 left. And if they do have thoughts of getting back into this game, goal number 2 is going to have to happen on the Sooner side of now. Cece picks this one off. She's got Bug with her 2-on-1. Cece gets in low, gets a lot of company, tries to center for Bug, but it's broken up. Cece behind the net, looking to center. Alex coming down. She's got Bug in front. Cece wraparound. It's saved with the left pad and goes behind the end line. A one-woman show, Nieves. It comes to the point. Hope is going to fire this one at the net. It's loose in front, and the goaltender dives out and covers it up with the dexterity of a lizard, defeating a potential scoring chance as the Rockets were getting behind the D right there. Suddenly, and out of nowhere, the Rockets have put a vice grip on possession in the offensive zone. They haven't had much of it for periods extended like this in the entirety of the game as they face it off with 6:06 left now. Isles win the face-off, but the clearing attempt goes right to Rose. Rose to Haley in the circle, tries to get it through traffic. It comes down low. Haley again, goes to the offside for Riley. It's loose. Rose trying to bat it forward. Isles will try to skate this one all the way out, and they will do it. One of the 43s will get in alone behind the D. It's up to Ulrich again, and this one's shot wide. Grace held her position, but the shot went wide, and any goalie will take that. Marching out of the corner, there's a shot and a save with the stick by Grace. Rockets are going to have to turn and burn. Lauren Fox, 28, up the left wing, will get it through neutral ice and in. Fox behind the D. Lauren through the slot. Wrist shot. She got it off the heel of the stick. Didn't get much on it, but the save was there. Sometimes those shots will actually fool the goalie, and you'll get the puck luck there. But a golden opportunity for the Rockets to get to 5-2. They've definitely put their foot on the throttle right now. They're giving it everything they have left in this game on Long Island. Paulino will get this. She'll go up, but not out. Rockets changing, getting behind the D. Wrist shot, save, and it goes behind the end line. Barbara there to try to clear it away. It's going to come up to Brianna. Brianna's going to try to skate it out. She gets bumped. She still is going, but it's at neutral ice, and the Islander picks it up and sends it back in. Isabel Cook there with one of the 43s. 1-on-3, and eventually it is Lauren Fox who shoots it at the referee's head but doesn't make it, thankfully for all of us. That one's sent in offside, and we'll face it off with 4:22 left in the third period. The Rockets are down 5-1, but they have picked up the play to try to make this a game, and it would be very unlikely if they could really get back into it, but they seem to be of little concern that might be the case as they try to forge forward. Hope is going to step into that one and try to gain the line. Playing D with Cece. Hope is going to come in. Hope's got Brianna. Does she see her with Cece? Cece will get it, curl and turn. They're kind of in each other's way. Hope gets away with a little interference there and lets Cece get the puck deep. Cece falls down, not a trip, and she'll try to hustle back into the play, getting behind the D again, but not cleanly, as Hope got a piece of that one. Are the Islanders. Centered in the slot, wrist shot goes wide, 3:44 left. Shoshana will try to shovel it forward. Gets to the point, Lee's gonna send it at the net. Hope makes sure it never gets there, and she tries to send it forward for Shoshana, at least gets it out of the zone. Islanders send it in offside. Let's see if they move that face-off over to the center logo, and they do. 3:31 for the Rockets to figure out how to solve a 4-goal deficit. It was a 5-goal deficit, so they figured out 20% of it. I know you were told there was going to be no math on the broadcast. Bug coming in. Let's see if she could pick this one off. It goes to the point. Islanders are going to break out 2-on-1. Lauren Fox is the one. Let's see if she could break it up. She does with just the very tip of her stick. Isles bring it to the point. Wrist shot through traffic, but not all the way through. Rose will bang it forward. Lauren will soccer it forward. Rockets trying to get this one not only out of the zone, but looking to spring their forwards, and they might have Riley, if they could do it. Riley is trying to snipe one, and she puts the pressure on. There she is, Riley Rose at the logo, but now she doesn't have enough company from black shirts as she gets the puck into the zone and tries to send it deep, but not deep enough. It comes back up to the point, and Isabel Cook will retreat with 2:35 left. Rockets want to keep it at 5 and see how many they can add before time expires here. And in the unlikely fashion, they get 4 quick ones. They have 2:22 in which to do that. It's going to take a big effort, but they've put in that effort here for the part of the third period from which Coach Paul took a timeout and got his players turned around. They've played like that for most of the game. They just didn't have as much puck luck as they would like to have, and the netminder out of your picture and to the left has had an awful lot to do with that for keeping the Islanders where they are in position to win this game. Johnson coming in, she's got 2. Sent toward the net. Cece's going to break out 3-on-2. She's got Haley and Alex. Dishes for Haley, who has to dump it, and now it'll be a 3-on-3. Alex getting to try to get to the spot where that puck would go. Haley sends it in front. Hope is going to try to pick that one off between the points. She got a piece of it. 89 melts as she hits into her. It's a 2-on-1, but Cece hustling back. Wrist shot, and Grace knocks it away with the blocker, and it hits the protecting netting above the end boards with 97 seconds left. In the third period, 5-1 Isles. They got 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the early part of the third, and the Rockets countered with 1 thereafter. Wrist shot, there's a big save by Grace, and she covers up the rebound before anyone can get to it. McGee was the one that was hustling over there to try to put one in after she won the face-off. Sent to the point. Brianna's there, and she had it in her skates, but didn't even realize it. Rose is going to steer this one out of the zone. 1:20 left now. Rose trying to move it forward for Shoshana. Isles are going to bring this in. McGee again around the right circle, tries to center it, but Cookie tied up her player. And Cookie will take it behind the end line. Johnson's over there. She's been big for the Isles. Johnson sends this one out. Shoshana, with 1 minute left in the third period, will be the one in pursuit. One of the 43s will skate it right through neutral ice and into the offensive zone. Get below the end line, curl. Grace saves that one and covers up the rebound. 46.9 left. With 100 choices of numbers, 101 if you count 00. The Isles have 2 43s out there. Out there together sometimes. And I'm pretty sure it's just meant to confuse the play-by-play announcer from the other team. It's a conspiracy theory, I know. Under 30 seconds, Haley, who has the goal, will try to see if she can get another. Rockets will try to keep the Isles off the board here for the last little bit, and Hope picks that last attempt off, and she'll try to skate it out of neutral zone. Hope and Bug 2-on-1. Hope now 1-on-1, gets in the slot, dekes one, gets in, shot, save, rebound, and nobody could get to it. So there's your first star right there for the Isles in the nets, because she stopped Hope twice. This could have easily have been a 5-3 game, and then if you took the 2 that took crazy deflections and found their way into the net, and you take 2 away from the Isles, boy, that you could have been looking at a 3-3 game. That's probably a little more reflective of how it went. So the Rockets fall by the 5-1 score as the home team on road ice. And a valiant effort, particularly after the 5th goal, in which they came back and won the rest of the period 1-0 after a deft timeout by Coach Paul, who hopefully will give us time for an interview after this game, which we'll upload separately. Teams shake hands. A well-played, hard-fought game, played cleanly by both sides, and that's what you like to see in a sporting manner. We don't take it for granted because we've seen that go completely the other way at times, but Isles playing with class today, Rockets playing with class as always, and in this one they fall 5-1. So that is going to do it. If you want to check out the U19 game, that will be on a separate link, and that will occur on 5:15 if we're on time. Well, they'll have to cut the ice, and maybe it'll be a little bit after that, but we'll be glad to have you check that out if you have a chance. And you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and then the alerts button, and you'll see and get alerts every time the Rockets girls, 16U or 19U, have content available that is either streaming live or being uploaded. An upload, for instance, would be the coach interviews. Usually we don't stream them live, we do them and then we upload them. But they're definitely worth checking out if you're interested in the games. It's a nice thing to see when the coaches give their recap of what they saw and what they're seeing out there. And there he is, Coach Paul, going back to check and see what he left on the bench after clearing things up with the opposing coaches in terms of the score sheet and everything else. That is going to do it from Northwell Health Ice Center, the home of the New York Islanders, their practice facility. 16 UAA Islanders take it 5-1 over the New Jersey Rockets. Thank you for watching. This is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching New Jersey Rockets Girls Hockey.